one of the things that we've seen, with this slight paradigm shift about how we think about how we build is that there is a rethinking of the role of the architect. In the sense that to really build sustainably, it's a much more integrated process with multiple voices at the table to understand what makes for a successful solution. So that model of sort of the genius architect no longer really makes sense.
Are you pleased telling us that Ayn Rand is over?
She is over. She is
Yes!
completely
Yes!
over.
Okay.
And we can now officially say that's done. And and it starts kind of from the top-down team, but then it brings in the user to the mix. And what I mean by that is that you can no longer sort of solve these kinds of problems if you sort of design a building, then call in your landscape architect, your mechanical engineer, and say, okay, now how do you cool it? Because they have to be at the table very early, because the solutions really need to grow out of a collective understanding of the problem that needs to be solved. And I do think that the user plays a critical role in that. And I think that, I can't speak for all architects, because architects are a sort of egocentric kind of crowd. But I do think that there is a bit of a shift in the thinking that sort of makes you realize that, if it used to take a village to raise a kid, it kind of takes at least a large group to create an effective building that's going to serve those needs over time. So I do think that there is a shift in thinking about the role of the architect and the importance of sort of seeing that as a more integrated collective process.